two things together. You can't follow these things. So I have written in that chapter that Aurangzeb or Firuz Shah Tughlaq or anybody else has no right, and your own position is hereditary right. So how you can question or how you can impose a jizya, and Sarfiyat has also written about it in his book Asbab al-Baghavat Hind, that this reimposition of jizya by Aurangzeb strained relations between Hindus and Muslims, and that led to the division of people of India. He has recorded in Asbab al-Baghavat Hind that totally shattered this social, which was brought by Akbar by his policy of Sulh Kul, peace with all. In that I will discuss also marriage. So let us, on Marxist school he has spoken. I will not going to speak on any school, but I will say one thing. We belong to any school of thought, but we should be sincere with the source, with the evidence, with the fact. So Mather of 1579 is very famous. Smith has written on Mather, first of all. And he has written that by the five ulama, they have given the authority of Imam Adil to Akbar. And that was followed by Harfi Tripathi, Nurul Hasan, Professor Muhammad Mujib, and Pakistani students also, and Professor Hussain Alam. Then I also wrote an article on Akbar's policy of Sulh, I think in 2014. And I have written that these historians did not consult the text of Mather, or it down to Professor Alam, because this term doesn't exist in Mather. And all universities, all colleges, teachers are teaching that Akbar was given the authority of Imam Adil. So, Professor Farhan Khan was my teacher. When he read my article, so I was in Rampur, he wrote a letter to me, Ishar Sahab, Aziz Uddin Mia Dua. कुछ अर्सा पहले आपका एक मजमून नज़र से गुजरा था जिसमें आपने इस तरफ तवज्जो मबजूल करवाई थी कि अहद अकबरी के महदर में बादशाह इस्लाम की इस्तिलाह मौजूद नहीं है। मैंने बजाउनी और निज़ामुद्दीन की नकल करदा मतून को दोबारा देखा तो आपकी बात सही निकली। वहाँ दरअसल सुल्तान इस्लाम की इस्तिलाह है दर्ज है। मैंने अपने इस मजमून की नई इशाअत में ये तस्हीह कर दी है और झेल हाशी में दर्ज कर दिया है कि इस तरफ आपने तवज्जो मबजूल कराई थी। अगर आप मज़कूरा मजमून का हवाला इरसाल कर दें तो उसे किताबियात की फहरिस्त में शामिल कर दिया जाए। Now this is a leader. This is the that a teacher is recognizing his student and acknowledging. I wrote a letter to my teacher, Professor Farhan. So, and this is the header. Sultan Adil. It is written, but 5 or 6 eminent historians have written Imam Adil. So, we should be sincere with a document, we should be sincere with a chronicle or any evidence. We belong to any religion, any school of thought, that is meaningless totally. And the other thing is, don't rely on anybody, eminent historian or uneminent, but you should go directly to the evidence. This is the historiography. This is the historiography. And I didn't rely on my teachers. Professor Noor Hassan, Professor Faraz Khan, and I consulted the method that when I am writing on Akbar's policy of Sarakul, I should read the text of method. So it is clearly written Sultan Adil. And in all textbooks, Imam Adil is written because there is a concept of taqleed. So we do taqleed based on filing with the eminent historians, even in historiography. Yes. And even Quran says, no taqleed, you read it yourself, you understand it, and you follow it. So the same norms are for historiography, that you follow it. So there are some farmans which are available in National Archives of India and National Museum, where Mughal emperors had given grants to the Dargah of Muinuddin Chishti. Muinuddin Chishti, Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya, and others. So you will find in those farmans, when the name of Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti comes, so that space is left blank. And Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti's name, Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya's name is written on the above, even the seal of Mughal emperor. So this shows the respect of the Mughal emperors to these Sufis of India, that in the line it will come that such and such land is assigned to the Dargah for the maintenance of the Dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya. So where this word will come, so his name will not be written here, but on the above of the top of the farman. So this shows the authority of the Sufi, that even the Mughal emperors obeyed these Sufis, had a great respect for the Sufis that were not able to write the name of these Sufis beneath their name. So this is very significant while analyzing all that. The last point, that in this historiography from 13th to 18th century, a woman is missing. There is no description of woman. Ishra Sahib, Zakhiratul Muluk is there, Masrul Umrah is there, Tazkaratul Umrah is there. You will not find a single female name, as women didn't exist during medieval India.
Mark of respect.
Huh?
It's a mark of respect.
That they didn't expect. Many novels. So you will not find even Sheikh Abdul Haq Muhaddis Ghaznavi, who wrote Akhbarul Akhyar from 12th century to 16th century, given only 5 biographies of the female Sufis. 5. In 500 years, there were only 5 women. How it is possible? So, women could not get any space in the historiography of, in the chronicles of medieval period. You will not find. हाँ वही ये वो लोग हैं जो आ रहे हैं लेकिन biography is missing. So, but we find that Sufis of Deccan were different from Sufis of North, and they worked for the upliftment and for the education of women. Even in Kashmir also, they didn't pay any, or Bengal, or Gujarat, or Malwa. These Sufis did not pay any attention for the education of women. Today is the foundation day of.
Uddin has Peshi, he has just.
अरे बहुत हुआ वो today is the foundation day of school laid down by Sheikh Abdullah in 1914. So that is why I thought that I should include it. That in 1914, just imagine the Nizam of Hyderabad opened a girls' school in Hyderabad in Nampally in 1890. So they were far progressive from the north as far as the female. Why? Because the Sufis of Deccan paid special attention, and you will wonder to know, as far as my knowledge goes, they have written 91 books for the guidance of women only. For the guidance of women only. Tashriye Azai Niswa and all books related to Charkhanama, Chakkinama have written one article on Mahatma Gandhi, that Mahatma Gandhi had taken the idea of Charkha from the Sufis of Deccan, 15th century. Gesudra wrote Charkhanama, and in that Charkhanama, it is not Charkhanama, because from Islam, fundamentals of Islam, history of Islam, everything was decided. So when a woman was spinning his charkha, he was reciting, and other members of his family, her family, were listening to that. Chakkinama was there. Some Sufis has written, and they did memorize those Chakkinama and Charkhanama, and while they were doing that work, they were reciting that. The result was that Hindustan. They were writing history of India early part of 19th century, so South was much much ahead of us as far as female education is concerned. In 1914 only, today it was from, and 1912, Justice Karam Hussain laid down the foundation of Karam Hussain Girls' School in Lucknow. So these Sufis also played an important role for the education and upliftment of women. And